and welcome back to another episode of Tube Talk, Albert.
And more importantly, welcome back to you, Sophie, after we had a pretty average fill-in, Melissa, for you last week.
I'm sure she did great. I'm very sorry I was sick and I'm on the mend now, so we can hopefully get back into the swing of Tube Talks.
Yes, I'm sure now that you're back, things will go smoothly.
Okay, so first thing I want to mention is that in our last two shows, the tip of the week has won. Both of them.
They have.
That might have been Mum's doing. Maybe you need her back.
Could have been.
So that's 2 out of 3 so far.
Yep.
So
As Meatloaf said, that ain't bad.
We highly suggest you listen up at the end of the Tube Talk to hear another one.
Yes, so we've got a third. Yeah, we've got this week's one at the end of the show that we'll be putting forward. See if we make it 3 out of 4. That would be 75%. That would be an A, and then we'd be well up, wouldn't we?
Good job.
Well up.
You just did all the FDP. 0.75. 3 out of 4. Okay. Anyway, last week we had Pinzano. Let me rephrase that. Last week Pinzano won, and it was a super effort put in there.
Yeah, it was a super effort. She sat handy, hit the front about 200 out, and once she hit the front, she just exploded away, and she won by nearly 4 lengths. So it was very, very impressive. And it was, we thought she'd run really well, and we knew she was a good chance, but we didn't actually expect her to win that well. So it's quite exciting, and she's got, coming up, her next start will be in a rating 75 race on the 8th at Ashburton with $22,500. And I think she likes those tracks that are just dead to slow, which she's seeming to get at the moment. So, man, if she produces that performance again, she'll win again.
Mm-hmm. Sounds awesome. And then we also had Chappelle, who was running fresh up and came 6th.
Yeah, and I was really happy with her run. She hasn't raced since last year, and she was always going to need the run.
There's an email.
There's an email.
Who's it from?
It's from Matt Ironside.
Here we go.
So, how many emails will we get this week? Doing up.
I'm going to call 3.
Yeah, I reckon 3's good. You go 3. I was thinking 3. I'll go 4. We'll see who's closest.
Sounds good. Anyway, you were on Chappelle, fresh up.
Yeah, so she hadn't raced since last year, and she drew a bit wide. It was quite a good ride from Sam Spratt. She got her sort of on the fence back of midfield, and on a day when they weren't making ground, she hit the line really well the last 100 metres to run 6th. She needed the run. She'll improve for it. We'll put a set of blinkers on her because she was just a bit nervous and hesitant amongst horses. First time at the race for a while, so she'll probably put blinkers on her next start, and we'll either go 1,400 metres or a mile, depending on what's available. And then she'll step over ground. And I think she thinks she'll stay. So we're happy with her run first up for a long time.
Nice one. And we've got 4 runners this week, and one might have already run by the time you see this Tube Talk, but we'll start with him. Got No Return running in Sydney today.
Yeah, we talked about him last week, and we're doing the Tube Talk a little bit earlier this week, but it won't show till after he's run. So we'll see what happens. But he's drawn a nice barrier. The biggest concern is he's never placed on a slow or heavy track, and it is a slow track today, although it's improving in Sydney. Hugh Bowman on, and he'll run well again. If it was a good track, I'd be very confident. On a slow track, I still think he'll run well, but he just doesn't quite sprint as hard as he can on a good track. So we'll see what happens, but I think he'll run well.
Nice one. And then at Oamaru on Thursday, we've got Elusive Boxers running over 1,200 metres, who was drawn wide.
Yeah, interesting runner, Elusive Boxers. Look, we try to determine whether she'll have another season of racing, and the track's just turned to custard in the CD, and she doesn't like it heavy. So we've found actually 3 really good races for her in the South Island. So we've sent her there for 3 races, and that'll determine her future. Now, she's actually, last 2 runs have been very good, but very unlucky. She's just been blocked and hasn't been out. Well, 2 starts ago, she lost her rider, and last start she was blocked and she just couldn't get out. She keeps drawing wide, so she's drawn barrier 14. I think she'll come to 12. Over 1,200 metres makes it tough. This is a bit of a warm-up run for her, ahead of her next 2. Mm-hmm. So Kylie Williams on, who rode her mother, a box of fluffies, years ago. She'll probably get back and like to think she'll be running home well on a track that should be dead and shouldn't be too wet. After Thursday, who next start is on the 8th of July, is worth $20,000, and his following start 9 days later at Oamaru, the first prize is about $33,000 if she can win that. So some really good races for her coming up. So I think she'll run well. I just wonder if she'll be too far back in the field to win on Thursday, but I think she'll be hitting the line well hard and be looking at her following start, be looking good for her following start.
Sounds awesome. And then on Friday at Otaki, we've got Typer Tiger in the last race, who was drawn Barrier 2.
Yeah, so Typer Tiger, he would be ready to step up and ground, but he just had a little setback and he's missed a little bit of work. So rather than going to 2100, we've got to give him another mile. So it's a means to an end. So he's kind of ready for 2100. He's not as sharp as he was when he first started his campaign, but his fitness isn't quite there for 2100, so we're forced to go a mile again. So he'll run in a mile. He's drawn Barrier 2, which is a terrible draw at Otaki on a wet track, but the race is a means to an end. Look, if he can get out into some of the
We're on two.
That one's from your mother about Doug's basketball.
Great.
If he can get out into some of the better going, when I say better, not as heavy as the inside, he can run a really good race. He's a horse that I think next Monday he's going to a jumping trial, and you're going to see him hurdling soon. He'll run this is going to get him ready for a 2100 metre race at Awapuni in 2 weeks' time, which will be more to his liking. And then we'll be looking at hurdle races for him. So it's more of a means to an end, but I wouldn't write him off completely if he can find some of the better ground. And Mesa Tanaka rides him again, who gets on well with him.
There we go. And then on Saturday, we've got North and South, who's running in Tauranga in the listed Tauranga Classic over 1,400 metres.
Yes, so North and South's a very good mare. She's won 9 races. She's a very good winter mare. We ummed and ahed about this race because while she's won 9 races, she did 2 trips to Tauranga, and both times she hasn't performed all that well. She's been unplaced. Saying that, last year she went there, she ran 6th of 11, she got a long way back, but she ran home well. The 1,400 metres suits. It's fillies and mares, her own gender, which suits. It's a heavy track, which suits. I don't think right-handed's a problem. It's just the Tauranga track that seems to be the issue. So we've got to chase black type with her though. We've got to get black type. So that's why we're heading there. Robbie Hannam's riding her. And I think the track should suit. It looks like it's going to be wet on the day. And I believe we will see a better run from her than we have the last few times that she's gone there. And she might just sneak out in the odds a bit because there's been such a lot of talk about her not handling the Tauranga track. So it's a little bit of a wait and see, but everything points to her running well.
There we go.
And she deserves black type. She really does.
And then we have just sent out information to our owners for the So You Think filly, which we are offering shares in.
Yeah, really special filly. By So You Think, who won, I think, 10 Group 1s. Bart Cummings' last great horse, won 2 Cook's
awesome.
Plates. I know. Won 2 Cox Plates. And there's a massive talk on his progeny. He's had a 2-year-old Group 2 winner this season. We were looking to buy a filly by him. And we've managed to buy a filly that she's a half-sister to a Group 1 winner and a truly international horse. A horse called Harry's Son, who was a Group 1 winner in South Africa as a 2-year-old over a mile. He was their champion 2-year-old male horse. He's gone to Dubai. He's run second in a Group 2 there, and now he's heading to England. And fillies like this, if they get a little bit of black type and they've got a half that's a Group 1 winner, they're just worth an absolute bomb of money. They are worth a fortune. So she's a really special opportunity. So we've sent information out on her, and look, as of this afternoon, there's 3 shares left in her. So if people are interested, have a look at her pedigree. There's a really cute video of her playing with a hat in her paddock as well online, and get in touch with Matt or I over the next few days.
Awesome. And then finally, what is our tip of the week? I think we should have a bit of a drum roll. Ready?
Our tip of the week is probably a little bit of a surprise. It's at Riccarton on Saturday. It's at Canterbury. It's not a Go Racing horse. It is in race 5, and it's a horse called La Fere.
La Fere.
It's like a little bit like the Cafe in Wellington and the coffee. I really like it. It only had, I think, one win from 18 starts, so it might be actually be paying okay money. It's trained by Jan Hay, who's a good trainer. It's drawn barrier 4, so it's got an inside run. Last out over 1200. It was hitting the line well on a dead track. Now, all its form is on slow and heavy tracks, and it's a dead 6 at Canterbury at the moment, but there's some rain due, so I think it'll push out to slow. And I think I like it stepping up to 1400 metres, and I think it's a really good chance. And I wouldn't be surprised, while it doesn't win out of turn, I wouldn't be surprised that it pay quite good money. And if it repeats its run of last starts, I think it can go very close to winning.
There we go. There is our
I've done the study for you. La Fere, or La Fare, how it's spelled. Race 5 at Riccarton.
There we go. And that is our tube talk for the week. Unfortunately, we both lost because there was 2 emails, but I think I was closest. So.
You were, and even if we get another one in the next 20 seconds or so, you'll actually win. You'll be spot on.
So, I think that's just about it. We should probably wrap it up. We hope everybody enjoyed the tube talk. I hope that we can now start another consistent streak.
And most importantly, Sophie,
yes,
stay healthy.
Stay healthy. And have a good racing week. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thanks, Sophie. Bye.
Bye.